Students, today we are going to see wind power plant. Okay, so first of all we are going to know what is meant by wind. The wind is nothing but it is a product of solar energy. Approximately 2% of sun energy is reaching the earth is converted into wind energy. What is the concept of wind blowing means? The surface of earth faces two sequences. One is hot, another one is cold. These different types of atmospheric pressure zones make air flow from high to low pressure areas. This is the concept of air blowing. Okay, this is the main thing to rotate our wind turbines by using the air blowing. There are two types of wind turbines available in our country. One is horizontal, another one is vertical. So vertical is a failure model, horizontal is latestly using model. Okay, so first of all we are going to see the vertical axis model. This is the vertical axis wind turbine. It have some vertical venter. After that it connected to counterpoise wires throwing the horizontal axis. Okay, like this. So center is called act as a tower. After that it connected to counterpoise wires. Okay, this is the inner parts of vertical span materials. It produces a low level energy. That is the main thing to avoid the vertical axis. For the example, it have the parts of generator and a gearbox. It placed under the ground, not in above the span. It placed under the ground. That is the advantage of the vertical span. But the structure is very simple comparing to horizontal axis, but it's not produce enough power. That's the main thing. Okay, comparing to horizontal axis, it producing less amount of power only. That is the main thing to avoid this vertical axis. So what are all the disadvantages in vertical axis? Especially means it runs only low level wind speed. Suppose the high wind blowing is very high, means the blade will be broken. That's the main disadvantages of this axis, vertical axis. And then another one main disadvantage is it's not self-starting, because the generator and gearbox is placed in the ground section. So that is the main disadvantage of the axis, these types of wind turbines. Next we are going to see the turbine is horizontal axis. It is placed parallel to the ground structure. After that it operates upwind mode. Upwind mode means the blowing of wind is producing high pressuric wind through the blades. So it converts more level of energy through the wind blades. So this is the main thing to using horizontal axis. So downwind mode simply avoidable, because it broken the blades or striking the blades. So we have to avoid downward mode. So the vertical span is used to place like this. After that many plates are used in this horizontal axis. In our India, using 3-bladed type wind type method, and then 4 type bladed method produces also many energy. But we are in our country providing these 3 types wind turbines only. Okay, it's producing more enough energy to our system. So the main advantages of this horizontal axis is it's a self-starting material. That means self-starting. The generator and gearbox is placed above the span, like that. This is the basic construction of wind turbine. So the vertical part is there. The power converter is placed in the bottom of the span. After that, it is connected to the hub. Hub have 3 blades. After that, it connected to generator. In this generator section, the rotational energy is converted into gearbox. The gearbox is connected to the generator. The mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. After that, it flows through the power converter. This is the main working principle of wind turbine. After that, the distributor uses through the transformer. With respect to the applications, the power will be distributed. That's the main thing of horizontal axis wind turbine working principles. What are all the disadvantages of this horizontal wind turbines? Means yaw mechanism. That means this shape is called yaw mechanism, where the upwind is blowing means it's not a problem, but down type of wind is blowing means the blade will be broken. That's the main disadvantages of horizontal axis. Okay, so part of the wind turbine is main thing. What are all the part of the wind turbine? One is major thing is rotor. What is mean by rotor? It is the portion of wind turbine that collects energy from the wind is called the rotor. It made up of metal blades and fiber glasses. These types of materials used to make the rotor. Okay, so next one is shaft. There are different types of shaft used in this horizontal axis, especially connects to the alternator as well as to the gearbox. That's the main components of shaft connecting system. Other than gearbox is additionally providing 1200 to 1800 revolution per minute speed to the rotating blades, because it provides 10 to 60 rotations per minute. Okay, that it is self-starting machines. After that, the wind blowing means it will be continuous. This process will be continuous. Other than it will be stopped. So gearbox is a necessity to rotate the blades by using in this horizontal axis. Okay, so generator, we already knew the working principle of generator. It converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, and then controller is used to control the blades turns up to 8 to 16 minutes per hour. Okay, after that it will be stop the blades whether using the gearbox or otherwise it will be broken. So the controller is used to avoid the broken of the blades. Tower means it built up the tubular metal shaft. Okay, it made up of tubular metal shaft. It is used to build the structure as well as bought the blades also. This is the concept of tower. So wind turbine is a main part of the renewable energy sources. Okay, thank you students.